Welcome back to The Bloated Chef. I am Chef Jerome, an actual bloated chef. And before we get to today's informative and entertaining tutorial, please be sure to slap down on that like button, click the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and share with the entire planet. Please keep your hands inside the ride at all times, and we thank you. Welcome back to The Bloated Chef, and on the big board today, two kinds of spuds, big ol' russets, little baby red creamers, onion, frozen now thawed spinach, frozen now thawed kale, and a can of asparagus spears. Some beautiful chicken stock. We're going to make a creamy spinach and greens dip. We're going to twice bake these potatoes, layer them, and stuff them. Alright, a little bit of maintenance on our spuds first. If you haven't ever brushed your clean spuds in olive oil and crusted them in sea salt or coarse cut kosher salt, you're missing out. It's an absolute treat, and that is what we're going to do with these. Obviously there'll be a slight difference in cook time. The big spuds will go about an hour and 10 minutes. The small spuds will go about 35 to 45 minutes. Alright, sprinkle on that salt. We will throw them into a preheated 400 degree oven, convection, and we will cook these for the appropriate amount of time. Alright, next step, quick drone strike on our mise en place. All of our goodies are taken care of, onions diced, garlic minced, everything's ready to go. And speaking of which, into our beautiful Dutch oven, we go with some hot avocado oil. Drop those onions in there and let them get a cooking. Cook for about 6 to 8 minutes until translucent and clear and cooked. Salt and pepper, of course. And our off-the-rails ingredient, a solid pinch of Old Bay. That's right. Alright, another quick ingredient, a little garlic herb seasoning blend. We're pushing hard on the garlic. Speaking of which, in goes the fresh garlic. We're going to bloom that for about 2 to 3 more minutes. And as we move on, in goes 1 cup of, get this, chickpea flour. That's right. That's right, you vegans and you vegetarians and you gluten-free people. All my friends, I've got tons of them, let's say. Anyways, we're going to cook that and make it just like we would a traditional roux. Give that about 10 minutes. You can see it's all come together. As you can see, it's thickened nicely. Now it's time to add our chicken stock. Beautiful chicken stock. Now, vegetarians and vegans, you can substitute vegetable stock here, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, in we go. Get your edges cleaned. Make sure that stock and that flour come together, and you'll watch it start to thicken slowly but surely. Oh, it appears our little red minis are done, so let's go ahead and grab them out of the oven. Let's check for doneness on those, okay? Alright, now as you can see, our first round of chicken stock has been sopped up nicely by that roux. We will add 1.5 to 2 cups at a time from here on out. Thin it back down, let it start to cook and thicken. This is how you create a beautiful smooth base, a smooth paste. Eventually we can add our heavy cream back to that and make ourselves a beautiful sauce. Now then, one key technique to creating this unreal, delicious, creamy, smooth, universal cream sauce is to scrape, and scrape again. Get the bottom, get the edges, make sure it's all incorporated. We have done so. Our spuds have cooled a little bit. Big boys aren't done. Little guys are done perfectly. Let's take those off and throw the big guys back in for another 25 to 30 minutes.
Look, Nellie, I'm using my scraper.
Shout out to one Conwill Nelson right there. But as you can see, we've come to one last final simmer. Now we're going to go ahead and add our heavy cream in. You can use skim milk if you want, you vegans and vegetarians. Or you can just eliminate that altogether if you don't want, but heavy cream it is in my house. Now then, 1 cup of some nice rich sour cream. The heat is off. The heat is off. Okay, now we'll add our combination of cheese. There goes a cup of cheddar, cup of mozzarella, and 1/2 a cup of pecorino romano. This sauce is just about done. All right, consistency check time. Let's see. Coats the spoon nicely. Coats the finger even better. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, okay. Last step. 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Gonna cut through all that richness. And this sauce is done. Refrigerate overnight. Time to start prepping our potatoes. Now, don't just go ahead and cut them in half randomly. Think it through. We need flat surfaces and deep wells, right? So you're probably going to slice it down the middle if you can, sideways, I guess you'd call it. All right, let's bring the big boys out. Let's see if they're done. They look really good. Yes, a little bit of give on the edges. That's perfect. Perfect. All right, time to take that cream sauce, get it in our container. Let's see if this bottom of this pot's got anything stuck to it. No, it doesn't. Perfection. All right, same thing now with our spuds. Take a look at them. Roll them over. Find the right spot. I think that's the one right there. Right down the middle. You've got a nice deep well that you can build a channel in. Yes. Success. All right, cream sauce is in the fridge. Spuds are cooled. Let's go about poking our big holes in them, right? That's a 1 tablespoon measure, which is perfect for this little drill. Okay, you can see we're not going all the way down to the bottom. We're leaving about 1/8 of an inch on the edges. That's correct. Okay, let's go with the big boys now. Yep, same thing. 1 or 2 times, 2 or 3 scoops. Get right in there. Don't be afraid. Just don't take it down to the skin. Save the skin. We're all for skin here. Man, are we at TGI Fridays or what? Look at these things. Okay, anyways, moving on. Let's begin the potato stuffing portion of our show. There goes some cheddar cheese. Here goes some Gouda cheese. Or was it the other way around? Oh, I don't know. Mozzarella, Gouda, and cheddar are going to be the cheese filling that we're going to stuff inside of these potatoes. All right, components number 2. 1 egg, 1 whole egg that is, and 1 egg yolk. That's correct. Separate them out. Very easy to do. We will go with 1/4 cup of half and half. We will add our eggs to that and we will whip. All right. Dried basil in. Dried rosemary in. This will go ahead and help bind our potato stuffing mix. There goes the guts. We're going to add a good amount, a healthy amount of kosher salt and cracked black pepper. And the last bit, we'll add some fat to this by adding some of that beautiful extra virgin olive oil, and we'll begin beating this up. This will be a precursor to us using the blender. Now then, we add that wet mix into the Spuds guts. We're going to beat that up and move that around by using our little handheld blender. We want to break that up a little bit so it's not so chunky. Make it nice and smooth, which we have almost done. Once around a couple of times more on the cracked pepper mill. We're going to add about 3/4 of that cheese blend, Gouda, cheddar, and mozzarella. Mix that in, and one last time on high we will whip this, so now we have a nice smooth stuffing. Meanwhile, set aside a little bit of those spinach and kale mix, add some of that gross canned asparagus. We're going to take some of that chilled cream sauce, because this is what we're going to pipe into our potatoes first. So get yourself a nice creamy mixture. Figure it out. There's the measurements, but basically this is all by feel, people. If it looks creamy, then it's probably perfect, okay? And just as a note, these frozen greens are like sponges, so they're going to absorb everything in sight, including that cream sauce. So try to remember, if you think it's creamy enough, it's not. Add a little bit more, okay? Error on the side of too creamy. And we will add some more of that crappy cellulose powder infused dried powdered Parmesan cheese. Why not? Helps in browning. Now then, right into our boats. All cooled down, all looking good. Proper sizing, yes. Okay, keep them off the edges, folks. Keep it off the edges. All right, that potato guts mixture is snug and tight inside a piping bag. Don't be afraid to build a nice big border around the edges first. Nice and high, nice and tall. Trust me, this potato mixture will hold up and bake. It's going to be beautiful around the edges. Then we'll come back through the middle. We'll fix up whatever we need to fix up. Those bad boys look good. There we go. Finish off that last one. And now onto the small ones, okay? All right, now these little reds are pretty easy. Just make sure you take the tip of that piping bag, point it straight down. The mixture should fan out perfectly right from the top right to the edges. Remember, keep it off the edges altogether, okay? And now for a little razzle-dazzle. A little bit of that cheese mixture to finish up. And these things are ready to be oven bound. (400 degrees) for 30 minutes, and then we switch off to broil on high for 5 minutes, and this is the end result. Look at these bad mamma jammas. My goodness, crispy skin, nice crispy coated topping. My sweet spuds, my spuds. I really want to eat these. Look at these things. Are you kidding me? Yeah, these came out good. These came out. I'm going to give myself a big pat on the back for these. Let's see what the man on the street thinks. That's a twice cooked potato. And weave that spinach and spinach and kale, creamy spinach and kale underneath. I like it.
Spinach and kale? Really?
It's all vegetarian.
Really?
Yeah, you look at that. There's no meat in it. I have to appease the vegetarians every now and then. Pretty damn good, right? Here, take that back with you. All right, I am #tired AF, as are these two clowns. Next day, though, we're not finished. Yes, that's correct. We're going to make this creamy garlic greens mixture. That's what I'm calling it. We're going to use that universal cream sauce. We've got those disgusting canned asparagus spears, but believe me, those are actually going to make a big difference in the flavor in this dish, okay? So we'll take that chilled cream sauce. It's thick, it's globby, but remember, the spinach, this frozen spinach, this frozen kale, sponges. So we're going to keep working this, keep working this, keep working this. It looks like we may have enough in there. I'm thinking probably another scoopful myself, maybe another 2 cups. But in the meantime, we're going to beat the crap out of this with a whip. This is a thick, heavy one. It's not thin. We want to smash that spinach up and separate it. That will help to absorb all the cream sauce and make this very, very smooth. Okay. Feels right. Looks right. I think we're right at proper creaminess level. All right, so here's the best way to heat this up. Do not put it in a crock pot. Do not keep it warm over heat. Microwave it. That's right, just like they do at the Big H. 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds in your standard microwave. And you should come out with this, okay? Nicely blazing hot, right? Absolutely, look. Plenty of heat, plenty of steam coming off of there. Be careful, that first bite could roast the roof of your mouth. But we will take proper precautions. Get a look at that. I think the creaminess level is right.
Might just another one.
All right. First things first. Creaminess. Off the charts. But that can of asparagus spears, like I figured would be, with that brininess, really adds something a little on that briny acidic side to cut through all that richness. But boy, what a combination. Can't lose with this one. You got dips and you got a stuffing. Try it. Try it. It's easy. I hope you like this one. Look for the next one.